Hi, if this is your first time here, welcome to my YouTube channel. Or if you're like me and you've been here before, welcome back. For this week, we're actually going to be remaking this top. So just to give you guys a good look at it, that's what the front looks like, and this is the back. Now before I get into any more detail, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at chaoticgirl_crafts, where you'll be able to see pictures of this project as well as the other projects that I've made in the past. So for this week's project, we're actually going to be remaking this bralette. And as you can see, the front is just 2 double crochet panels. I do have them tied in the front here, and then in the back I actually have a more decorative stitch just so that it looks like little bows. So that's actually going to be the part that we'll be making in this video, since I do already have the 2 front panels done and ready to go. So I'm just going to show you guys the yarn I'm going to be using to make that back panel. One more time, look at it. And the yarn I'm actually going to be using for this, for the one I already have made, for this one in pink, I used the Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee in Soft Secret in that soft pink color, since I had a lot left over. But today's project, I'm actually going to be making it with the Bernat Baby Sport, and the color is going to be baby blue. So please excuse the yarn mess, but this is what the color looks like, and it actually asks for a 4mm crochet hook. So that's the hook that we're going to be using. And of course, I did remember to list all the other materials that I used down in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. And I will also leave a link to the diagram that I found on Pinterest to be able to make this back panel, just in case you need a little bit more help or a little bit clearer direction. But of course, I'm going to do my best to explain everything in this video, just so you guys can follow along if you'd like to. So let's get started on that back panel. Okay, so I did go ahead and get started. The diagram does say to make a chain with multiples of 14. So I marked off 14, 1, 2, 3 times, and then it says to add 3 stitches extra, so that's multiple of 14 plus 3 stitches that we have right here. And of course, as you can see, I did get started with my turning chain stitch already in place. So now what I'm going to do, according to the pattern, is chain 1. We're going to skip the stitch in the chain and go right into that next one and do a double crochet, chain 1. And then again, we do another double crochet. We're going to skip this stitch, go right into this one, and now we're going to chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so on this chain, we're going to skip 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So into that 8th stitch, right in front of my thumb, we're going to put a double crochet and then chain 1. So that's the double crochet, chain 1, and we're going to do this again. Skip this stitch, go into the next one, double crochet, chain 1. Chain 1. And we're going to do this 2 more times, so until we have the holes. So now again, we're going to skip that stitch, go right into the next one with the double crochet, chain 1. And then right into the next, skip this stitch, and right into this one, we're just going to do that double crochet. And then again, we're going to do a chain 7. And we're going to skip 7 on the chain. Okay, and again, we're going to repeat that last pattern we made. So we're going to come here and do the double crochet, chain 1, and we're repeating this one. So we want to make sure we have 3 double crochet, or we have 3 mesh holes before we move on to the chain 7. Okay, and as you see, this is actually over 7 stitches. So that's 1, 2, counting the chain stitch, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so now we're going to chain 7 and then skip 7 on the chain. Okay, and now to finish off, once I do this double crochet, we should have 5 stitches left, right? Or we're gonna have 4 stitches left. That's 5 counting the double crochet. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna chain 1, skip the stitch, and double crochet into that next one, and just do another double crochet, chain 1 after this double crochet. So chain 1, and now in the last stitch we do a double crochet, and it finishes the same way it started. So you should have 2 mesh boxes at the ends, and in the middle it should be 3 mesh boxes. But this is what the first row of the pattern looks like. Okay, now for row 2, instead of continuing with the mesh gaps, we're actually just going to be double crocheting over this. So I did start off with the turning stitch, and I'm going to do a double crochet into the chain space, double crochet over the double crochet, another double crochet in that chain space, and again double crochet, the double crochet, and then we're going to chain 7. Okay, now that we've made it with our chain 7 to the other side, we're going to double crochet into that double crochet, and then double crochet across until we make it to the next double crochets, or to the next chain 7, sorry. Okay, and again we're going to chain 7. And we'll just continue the same as the last time, just double crocheting until we make it again to the next chain 7. Okay, and again we just chain 7 until we make it to the next double crochet. And that's row 2. Now for row 3, we're going to be doing the same thing we did in the first row. So since this is the beginning, we're just going to be doing 2 mesh stitches. So I already did my turning stitch with the chain 1, that counts as the first double crochet. Then we just skip that second stitch, go right into the third one, do another double crochet, chain 1, and then of course skip the 4th stitch and go into that last one and do another double crochet. And then from here we chain 7, and then we're going to do a double crochet in the next double crochet stitch. And just like we did in the first row, we're going to do a chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in that next, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the last, and then chain 7. And remember to end with your 2 mesh stitches. And that's row 3. Okay, and for row 4, it's going to be similar to row 2 as far as the solid stitches instead of the mesh, but we are going to be doing something different. Instead of chaining 7, we're actually going to be chaining 3, and then we're going to be slipping the stitch in the middle. I'm going to show you guys that right now. So I made the mesh, I made the row with all double crochet across all stitches, and now, like I said, we're just going to chain 3. And for this 4th one, we're actually just going to be slipping the stitch over all 3 rows before, so that way we can make that bow. So here I'm just going to slip my stitch through, and that counts as the 4th chain, and then we chain 1, 2, 3 more, and then we double crochet in that last double crochet. And that's how it's done. So this is, like I said, the last row in the repetition, so you're going to want to repeat rows 1, 2, and 3, which row 1 and 3 are the same, and row 2 and 4 are the same, except for that change. Okay, now this is what it should look like after row 4. You see the little bows are there. So what we're just going to do here is, like I said, start again with our repetition in row 1 with the mesh stitches, and then chain 7 over the bow, and then just row 2, 3, and 4 again until you reach the size that you're looking for. So of course I'm going to continue from here as well, but this is what it's looking like. So here is the finished back panel. As you can see, I made sure to do an extra row so that we had a strip of just chains over it at the top and at the bottom. But this is what it looks like. Now, as you can tell, I did have to redo it again just a little bit bigger. So I just added 14 more. So that way I could have it the correct size. The first one was just a little small, but that's what the back is looking like. Now let's see everything together. And so here are all of the pieces together. As you can see, I have the 2 front panels. For the front panels, I just double crocheted 14 rows, and I did make sure to leave an opening. So I did the mesh stitch, which is just double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, just so that the opening is there. And that's where I'm actually gonna weave the braided cord through. So the front panels are ready, and they do have their extra yarn. So I'm ready to get everything sewn together, and then I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like done. So as you saw, and as you can still see, the top is done. The bralette looks beautiful. It fits great. And although this yarn is just a little bit stiffer than the soft secret that I used for the pink version, I like this one just a little bit more, just because it feels like it has more structure. And I feel like you can see the bows a lot better in this yarn than in the other one. However, I did have a thought while making this bralette to make it all one piece. So I'm definitely gonna make it again in another color, and I'm gonna try and make it all one piece just to see how that works out for me. So I'm definitely gonna be sharing those pictures over on my Instagram, but for now, over on my Instagram at chaoticcurl_crafts, you'll be able to see this top as well as the pink one that I had previously made. So don't forget to check it out. And thank you so much for joining me in this week's video. I hope you guys had fun making this project, or whatever project it is that you're working on. And don't forget to check out the description box so you can see that link to the diagram, just in case you're more of a visual learner. You'll be able to see it there as well, all drawn up. But thanks for joining me in this week's video. I hope you guys have a great time. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.